Hello viewers, today I bring to you what I caption extraditions at under Nigerian jurisdictions, under our own jurisdictions. Extraditions have been one of the things people have been conversing about. Is there extradition laws in Nigeria? How important it is, what is it all about, and all that. So these are the things we want to discuss today. So viewers, I'm going to first of all let you know what extradition is all about. Now listen. Now extraditions is formal process of one state, the standing state, upon requesting of another, the requesting state, surrendering of a person to the requesting state to be prosecuted or punished for a crime punishable by law of the requesting state committed outside the standing state. This is a crime that has been committed outside the standing state. Now the requesting state, they have to write or applies to the government of the standing state of the particular state where the offenders has coded it to. So when they write, the government of that state will have to approve it. And it's actually usually good if there are treaties within this state, within the two states involved. If there is actually a treaties within them, it's very easier for extradition to carry out smoothly. So there are due process, there are regulations that guide extradition. Extradition don't just occur, there are processes have to be followed. Now, I will say that extraditions matters in Nigeria is being governed by Extradition Act. Now, Extradition Act 1966, the Extradition Act of 1966, Extraditions and Modifications Act 2014, Federal High Court Extradition Proceeding Act 2015, Extradition and Amendment Act 2018. This act is the act that governs the extradition process in Nigeria. Section 2 of the act, it makes provisions for all the nations that are under the Commonwealth of Nations. They are automatically being recognized as such states Nigeria can rapport with, in terms of extraditing their citizens. Also, Section 1 empower the presidents of the nation, of the country, president of our country, to carry out extraditions to any countries of the world. Now, we haven't discussed the angle of the law. Now, we have to look at what are those things, what are those crimes, those offenses that might give room to extraditions. For extradition to actually be conducted or to be recognized or looked into, there might be such offense as abetting, conspiracy, accessory to the crime, and the fraudulent act. For instance, fraudster, as been in the case of Hush Puppy and the United States of America. We do observe these are the things that these are the crime that can be looked into for extraditions to be conducted or to be carried out. So without all of this, extradition cannot be carried out, and extraditions will not be granted, will not be guaranteed or looked into if there are such things like political opinion, on the ground of race, on the ground of religions, and etc. So when somebody is saying he wants to extradite a person because he gave his political opinion on the current thing that is going on within the state and he fled the state, that person cannot be extradited. So these are the things, these are the grounds where extraditions can be conducted and grounds that cannot be conducted or cannot be granted. Having said that, so extraditions can also be looking as one of the means of restricting human movement. You know, all this while I've been talking about fundamental human rights, you know, and we all know that one of the fundamental human rights is a right of movement. So that right, these are the sections. There are sections where this right can be restricted. A person committed a crime, you flee, you know, from where you committed the crimes, and you come down to your, you know, domicile. So you can be, your right can be restricted on this ground. So that is what we can say today about extraditions. If you have any questions, you can drop your questions or comments at the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe and share this video.